Today I'm going to do a 10-hour review on the 2025 KTM XCW 300 Factory Edition. Done a lot of mods to it. So obviously it comes with the cone valve forks, different titanium FMF exhaust, slip-on, everything else, you know, that comes with bling. All makes it a nice package. If you're going to add that stuff anyhow, probably well worth it, especially with cone valves. So things I've added to this overstock, which is a lot. Section parts were just pretty simple. That should be skid plate, tire straps, front and rear, enduro engineering, non-wraparound hand guards. Those are your protection parts. Everything else I think is pretty much good. I did have a E-line carbon cover over the exhaust. All that stuff's pretty self-explanatory. Most people have a lot of experience with them and like them all. That's why they're on there. Performance mods, we'll go there. Let's start with WP system stuff. JBI out of California tuning did the tune and resprung it for me. I did actually add trap shock off WP, the Pro's lower trap shock. I know the shock comes on pretty darn good. I just wanted to match, so I did it. Anyhow, JBI did the tuning for my weight riding style. Comes with 5 different settings, predetermined settings for how stiff you want to ride it. Working on where I'm settling that. I made a little bit of adjustments today for the rocky stuff, the wet stuff, the rooty stuff. So, see how that goes. But overall, the stuff's really nice. I just got to figure out where I want to land with this particular bike, where I ride. So thank you to them. Check out JBI suspension for any suspension needs. Pretty sweet company. That suspension out of the way. WP stuff. It's different than I thought it'd be. And that's what I heard is a characteristic of the cone valves, a little bit stiffer. But I'm adjusting everything to where I want it, and we'll get that. I hit the ground a lot last week, and that's why I knew it was just a hair too stiff. So I went down one more clip, and we'll go from there. Probably close where I want to be. Alright, performance stuff. Straight away I didn't have to. I sold my titanium nice FMF exhaust slip-on and had to put a turbine core on there for spark arrestor reasons. Disappointed in that, but here's what it is. FMF gnarly header pipe, again protected by E-line carbon pipe guard. Lots more low end. The big things I've done to it, performance-wise, is TSP RM unit, which is a very cool unit. Especially if you're a tinker, let's mess around with your own fixing job. I'm not so much. I'll go with what they have and keep it updated. Anyhow, installing that was pretty straightforward. Took more time than I thought it might, but it was easy enough. So easy you must do it. Maybe even skippy. Nice little day. Nice TSP RM unit. I chose not to keep it on the bike. I know I'm not going to tinker with it mid-trail. Again, I'm not a huge tinker. I almost went with a get unit, that's what I had on my old TPI. And I guess when I get to the riding characteristics, I do want to talk about this bike compared to KTM, this last gen TPI. I have a lot of experience on that. I'm bike modded very similarly, and you know, it's just kind of the trail. Push this bike a lot today. So when I get to that point, that's what my basis for comparison is a 2022 TPI 300 XC, not XCW though, so there's a little bit of difference. But I have it modded for slow technical woods riding, which is, I guess, where I was trying to. I did keep that bike, so I'm trying to keep this bike a little bit more for faster stuff, but still handle gnarly. TSP unit, greatly recommend it. Maps are pretty hot. They work. I mean, works. I feel runs a lot better than stock. I usually in the woods do run the white map, green map in this case. It's a little too hard unless it really opens up. So yeah, get it. Pretty awesome. A lot of good things about it. They killed it with that product. Pro tapper hand, weight clutch grips, clutch levers. Usually what I ride with, so I just got the same. Don't think they're better than anything else. I just like a similar feel. So Moose up front, Bridgestone X31. What's it called in the back? IRC VE33S with tubeless setup. TSP power valve cover, TSP head. Figure if I was doing a head, might as well do that power valve cover. I don't know how much it helps. I know the head definitely put a lot more loading on it, mid-range. And with all the modifications, to be honest with you, I'm almost wondering if it's a little bit too much. I mean, I'm a bigger rider, 245 pounds without gear, so I feel like I can get away with it, but at the same time, wet rock, brute can be unforgiving, and if too much power is just too much power. But anyhow, it's all pretty nice. It's a low-end torque monster, no doubt. And it's got good mid-range and top-end range now, so if you're looking for all that, highly recommend it. You can't think of anything else really modded wise. A tiny bag on the front, always run that, some sort of bag for sure. I gotta pick up the face and focus on talking, not right. Gearing changes, I think it was 1445. I changed it down 1447. I think it's pretty good to get the RPMs pretty quick, but it still has a little bit of an extended life for staying the gears. For a little faster riding. Feel like I've met a good balance. We'll see. Later review might change it up, might not. So I think that covers all the mods. STR brake pedal, that's really it, minor stuff, you know. Ride. Again, I'm going to reference the last gen. That one's having trouble here. Better get in my head too. Ride your bike. The one mod I did make that I don't know was the right move was the shorter throttle pull, black cam versus the gray cam. Now it wasn't I felt I needed more power. It was just to lessen that twist up a little bit. Drives me nuts. Anyhow, right or wrong, that's what I did. I'll get used to it. Put that on last week and I hit the ground a lot and I forgot that I did that. I think shitty riding and a little bit less pull and yeah, a little stiff suspension made for first day, so but it was good. So I gotta go back to stock to talk about this and I talk about mods versus mods. I always miss that. So, stock to stock, CPI, a little underpowered in my opinion. I know it's what they went for and why they wanted to do it. Probably perfect, but again, my opinion, but mudhole. Both are modified, so I'm going to leave stock to stock. alone a little bit. Biggest difference you would notice from the last gen to this gen, stock and stuff, handling, not even close. New gen destroys, in my opinion, last gen for handling. I thought it was bad. That 22 TPI is my favorite bike I've ever owned. Still probably is. See what this one does over time. I'm looking at it from a long-term perspective. But not that the TPI doesn't handle it well. It does very well. It's just the little things I pick up instantly. And handling is the biggest one. Second would be, I don't know, that power difference. So I want to talk about modified. Both similarly modified. My 22 has a kit relocation kit. ECU tuned for almost how an XCW should be. You know, it's an XC. And an S3 head. Crap suspension. So pretty comparable things on it also. Power-wise between the two, handling's still there. Power-wise between the two, this TBI unlocked is how this is set up. Literally has way more torque, no doubt. This thing's mean. This thing's very mean. Those are the biggest differences. I really like power, but once you modify them a little bit, it comes down to handling. Gas consumption is there for the TPI. This thing changes. Oh, a modification I did make, and I did send it to my TPI also is go with the oil injector delete kit from TSP. Just did them both, so I don't have to worry about it. I got one can for the two-stroke. It's been convenient so far. I know a lot of guys get shit off. Hey, to me, it's one less point you got to worry about or replace when you are doing your top ends or whatever, your recommended maintenance. So, I don't know. I settled on 55 to 1. They recommend 60 to 1 for the new generation, and I've heard everybody talk about how the TPI deleted runs best at 50 to 1, so I split the difference. Don't think it's going to make much of a difference either way in either bikes, but that's what I did. Pretty easy process to do. Going through the rock speed is a lot better this week than it did last week at that one flick adjustment, low speed, high speed to the shock, and then main compression on the forks. Feel like I'm tracking the rocks a lot better, not getting as deflected as much. Much more tolerable. Just dial in the handling a little bit today and to know this bike a little better. So far it's been a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. If you're gonna leave a bone stock, I mean that kit is perfect. I would definitely want to do something with the suspension though. I don't know. Because of its natural skipper characteristics, it seems, was the cone belt's the best one to put on this bike. If you use it as a true on-road bike, debatable. But it's feeling better, and you adjust all that out of them, but the tune would definitely help. I don't really think much needs more said about the bike. Pick one up or don't. All great bikes. You're not gonna go wrong with the standard XCW, the Champion Edition, any of them. All pretty amazing. I think the WP cone valves bling bling just kind of drew me to it. Definitely feel like I'm just skating on top of the rocks now instead of getting pinged off them. That's what I was looking for. There's trusty old beta in front of me. Surprised we're not going to rock hill today. This is my favorite section we're doing. The hill backside. It's a lot of fun in my opinion. Real fast section if you want to be fast. Driver gets a pretty fun day. Ride some dirt bikes with the boys. It's a good idea not to fall so much too close from this little section. I'll lose everything. And, but dirt climbing, something else for help too.